So, what exactly are Vegapunk's plans with the Straw Hats here? Hey everyone, welcome to Princess of Gay. I'm your host Connie, and today we're here with my blind reaction to episode 1096 of One Piece. Now, I want to say right off the bat, I actually recorded this before, but then I realized my mic wasn't plugged in. I had just completely forgot to plug in my mic for some reason. And so I checked the file, and yeah, it didn't record any audio at all. So it's a good thing I noticed, because I definitely had to fix that. So I'm going to keep these pre-thoughts very brief. Last time we got a lot of big info. We got hints that this ancient robot and everything was from possibly the Void Century because of just the timeline, I guess it was said to be around, as well as the fact that um, this is talking about like how all the technology on Egghead is actually from the past and is like the remnants of technology from a long, long time ago. When when people think it's like futuristic, but no, this is actually one of those cases where it was just erased from progressing. Which, yeah, it just seems like it's probably connected to the Void Century. On top of that, we have the gang are still split up. Luffy, Jinbei, Bonnie, and Chopper are around that giant robot, and the rest of them were fighting S Shark, who somehow has Senor Pink's Devil Fruit ability. I have to assume it's similar to Momonosuke having the same Devil Fruit ability as Kaido. Um, Momonosuke's Devil Fruit, I believe it was said that it was created by Vegapunk using the lineage factor from Kaido, meaning that I assume the same thing probably just happened with Senor Pink. I mean, he and the rest of Dofi's gang are, you know, captured, so it makes sense that it could happen. And it's a fitting Devil Fruit ability for S Shark as well. But the battle ended. Shaka came in and seems to be starting to explain shit. So I guess we're just gonna find out any more info we have to find out. I'm excited to see what more this has in store for us, though. We're getting a lot of big information here, and I feel like that's just gonna keep happening. And while there are a few things I don't know the context behind them, and I just don't know everything. In fact, honestly, I doubt I know even a good portion of what this arc is going to delve into. But we'll see. We'll see. So, yeah, it sucks having to record these pre thoughts a second time, but all in all, it's fine. I mean, it's whatever. Let's just get on with it. So, when the screen fades to black, pause this redirect and go to the description below. Follow the link to the reaction, and after you watch it, come back here to the redirect and resume play. Because after it fades black and then fades back in, everything from that point forward will be my afterthoughts and will contain spoilers to the episode. So, that being said, thank you so much for tuning in, and I will see you at the reaction. And we are back, and we'll begin with spoilers in 3, 2, 1, now. We found out a shit ton here. Like, this was a huge episode. Not only do we get confirmation of the fact that all of this technology, the ancient kingdom it was from, was kind of the entire reason behind the Void Century, but we get information on the fact that this is what Ohara had discovered, and that it's the reason why Ohara was, destroyed, and the entire shit with Robin's backstory happened. This was a big episode for Robin, and for us Robin fans, because we got to find out just so much, again, just so much connective information. And I feel like this is going to really just broaden the scale of things. We obviously don't know everything about the Void Century and about this ancient kingdom. We're just starting to get information. So this is definitely something that I feel like it makes sense they would reveal bit by bit over time rather than all at once. I just hope that we get like those bits consistently, not just like, oh, we're now gonna wait like 100 more episodes. Um, I want them to continue delving into this. Uh, this also gives a lot of good closure to Robin. Like again, while she doesn't find everything out herself here, she is able to get some closure just by knowing that knowing the information that Vegapunk was able to relay to her here. She's able to find out that a lot of this was not for nothing. That everything that happened with Ohara is important and that it's going to matter moving forward for her and her goal of uncovering this lost history. Because not only is it just a goal for her in general to, have the history known to the world and herself, of course, but now it's also kind of about avenging her family and friends and the island that mattered to her, that she grew up on, that she, is from. Everything is like kind of connecting in really powerful ways. We also get to meet the actual Dr. Vegapunk here. I somehow didn't expect it to be this soon after meeting all of the satellites. Like last episode, we finished meeting the rest of the satellites we had yet to meet, and then the very next episode we meet the actual Vegapunk, and it feels like I could see some people saying it's a little quick in that regard. But if Vegapunk is going to continue to be a major player in this arc, which of course he is, he has to be introduced semi-quickly. He has to be introduced early on. So there really wasn't a better way, I feel, to do it if he's going to be like as major in this arc as he needs to be. He's fucking Dr. Vegapunk. Like, this is one of the biggest names in this entire series. So yeah, we get to meet him. He's kind of a kooky old man, obviously designed to look like Albert Einstein. No surprise there. But we also get to see like a brief glimpse of him when he was young, although it's kind of shadowed. You can still make some out. It seemed like he had like darker hair, like either a dark brown or a black. And he also had a much larger head. I don't know what the deal with that is, but I'm kind of curious. Because his head is a lot shorter and has like that apple thing on top now. It's like, what? I have a lot of questions about that. And I feel like that's just something that I need answers for. Because they made a point of like showing him in the shadows there on Ohara when he went to visit it after the Buster Call and everything, because he knew Clover. And it made a point of, even though he was in shadows, showing his true body and showed he had that massive ass head. Not like Ivankov massive head, but more like long. Like is he from Long Ring Longland or something? That would actually be a really fucking interesting bit of lore. Actually making Long Ring Longland, important. But either way, now his head is like still maybe a little longer than normal, but definitely a lot more average, I guess, for One Piece Mind you, this series has a lot of wacky characters with wacky bodily features, but it's more normal. um, and it looks like it like just stops at a certain point, and then is like again, there's that apple thing on top, and it's like I guess I can see maybe the idea of like the apple like representing like scholarly learning stuff like that. Yeah, the apple is kind of symbolic of like school and whatnot. In a lot of cases, so I guess I can kind of see that. But it's just like it's just weird, you know. He seems like a bit of a goofy goober. To unfortunately steal a term from SpongeBob. Um, and it's just kind of like I don't know. I don't know if I would say senile. I kind of don't think he's senile or anything. He's just a doofus. And I think that him teleporting like partially into the robot and everything was just an accident. Probably new technology that he hasn't fully perfected yet. Or I guess old technology that he's working on bringing back, you know? It's also really interesting, too. The fact that all of this technology is old, the fact that it is all from the Void Century, um, on top of just the interest factor regarding um, this technology being old like that, there's also the fact that everything on this island, everything they continue to make, is stuff they're trying to remake. Vegapunk and his satellites are working to bring this stuff back into the world. And the world government seems to only be allowing it in the restricted area that they own and for the purposes of their own goals. Like, Vegapunk couldn't just like share this technology with the world. But I feel like there's got to be more to the reason why this ancient kingdom was seen as such a threat to the other 12. Why was it erased like that? Why was all this technology erased with it? I feel like it's more than just the technology itself. I feel like it's got to be something about the specific ideologies and beliefs and whatnot of the ancient kingdom. And I'm wondering if this also connects to other mysteries in this series, like the Will of D. Could that have originated in this ancient kingdom? Maybe the Will of D is the will of the kingdom. Maybe the kingdom's name starts with a D. And that's everybody who carries the Will of D now is descended from the people of that kingdom somehow. Which would, in my eyes, mean that the world government, after their formation from those 12 kingdoms, were not exactly like the most thorough at wiping things out. It would basically guarantee that some people did escape. Yeah, it's just really fascinating. I'm very interested to see where they take this. I don't know if we're going to learn more information about it in this arc or if they're going to wait and give us more in the future. But I know that Oda has all of this in the bag. He's going to take care of this, and we're going to love it because, yeah, it's Oda. His writing is fantastic. So excited to see how he brings up this stuff in the future and what more information we find out about it. In the meantime, though, tell me in the comments below, what did you think of this episode of One Piece? Let me know, and thank you so much for tuning in. For now, I'm Connie, and I'm signing off. See y'all next time.